Welcome, race fans, here to the Texas Motor Speedways. We are bringing you coverage of the 2016 O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 here at the Texas Motor Speedway. It is the 7th race of the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. I'm Eric Burton here in the broadcast booth, here to give you coverage of the race here at Texas. The NASCAR Spring Up Series race here will be live tomorrow night at right here at Texas. On the pole today will be the number 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. Third in points. Right now he's had a pretty good start to his sophomore year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Alongside is the 33 of Austin Dillon in the Rude Chevrolet. And then you jump back to row number 2. Number 20 of Matt Kenseth alongside his Joe Gibbs teammate Daniel Suarez on the outside of row number 2. And running out row number 3 and running out your top 5 will be your 2014 champion Chase Elliott, making his debut in 2016 in this series. Alongside will be your defending champion Chris Buescher. There was some big news during the off week after Martinsville, and it was announced that starting this weekend we will start going overtime if needed, meaning that if we're around 4 to go and the caution will come out, instead of having the race in under yellow, we will be having a green-white checker at least one attempt. Hopefully we will not have to use one. I really hope we don't have to use one, because that would be less work for me to do. But if we have to go overtime, we will. Now, what would happen if we do is the drivers who are running in a odd position like first, third, or fifth, they will restart on the inside. And drivers who are running second, third, and fourth, they would be on the outside. And then it'll be so on. Drivers who are a lap down, this is really important. Drivers who are a lap down or out of the race, their finishing position will stand on how they were running, so they will not be on track. So that is pretty much that pre-race news. Right now, let's take a look at your chase grid. Right now, Erik Jones is the only driver you see on that grid, because he won at Fontana 2 weeks ago, and he is the only driver in the field running for the Xfinity Championship that is most likely locked into the chase. Ty Dillon, he is your point leader overall, 14 points on Chris Buescher, and then 20 points on Daniel Suarez and Darrell Wallace. Ryan Truex is 5th in points. So that is all here, the pre-race news. Let's take you down track side and give you the most famous words in motorsports. And then after that, down below you will see your starting grid rolling across your screen.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alrighty, down below you will see your starting grid rolling across your screen. Darrell Wallace Jr. on the pole tonight. Does he go to victory lane for the first time in his career? There's Austin Dillon go to victory lane tonight and get a little bit more information before running tomorrow's Spring Cup Series race. Same with the number 20 of Matt Kenseth. Daniel Suarez, he knows a win today that would put him into the chase, most likely joining his teammate Erik Jones. Chase Elliott, he's not running for a Xfinity Championship, he's just here to win the race. Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Ricky Cole-Custer, and Brennan Poole, they will make out your top 10. Ryan Reed, James Buescher, Erik Jones, Josh Berry, and Brendan Gaughan, your top 15. Now, when we were in qualifying, it was during the day, in the afternoon. We are racing at night. How will the temperature change the handling of the cars? These crew chiefs had to really get it right to have these cars prepared for the night. Darrell Wallace Jr. and Austin Dillon, your front row. Matt Kenseth and Daniel Suarez, your top 4. Coming at turn number 4, the 7th race of the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series is green. And it is door to door, heading down into turn number 1, and it's Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside, trying to clear Austin Dillon in the middle of turn 1 and 2, as they're already 3 wide behind them. Cole-Custer in the middle off turn number 2. But it doesn't take long for Matt Kenseth to make it 3 wide. Here comes Kenseth on the inside, trying to get the lead away from Darrell Wallace Jr. But Wallace looks like he'll get a good run off turn number 4. The momentum will carry all the way down the front straightaway, and there's Austin Dillon making it 3 wide for the lead. Dillon's not going to have Darrell Wallace. He's going to go through the middle, and it appears that he will get the lead off turn number 2. Kenseth has Chase Elliott behind him. There goes number 3, Ty Dillon on the inside. Chris Buescher in the middle. Darrell Wallace up top, already outside the top 5. As they come down to the line, Austin Dillon leads that lap. Kenseth on the inside, trying to clear him in the center of turn number 1 and 2. Elliott third, Ty Dillon, and Chris Buescher. Wallace almost outside the top 10 now, and he won the pole. On the inside now, the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Eric Jones missed round number 2 of qualifying. He's now making his way up inside the top 10 on the inside of the 1 of James Buescher. There's your Daytona winner, Brad Keselowski, that number 22. Now he'll make it 3 wide into turn number 1. And Kenseth has cleared Dillon for the lead. So now it's Kenseth, Dillon, Elliott, Buescher, and Ty Dillon, your top 5. Suarez, Keselowski, Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace, and Brendan Gaughan. That is your top 10 as we are 4 laps into the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. And we are clean and green for right now. But Dillon not letting that 20 get away. He's now made a move to the inside, heading down the back straightaway. Here comes Austin Dillon on the inside of Matt Kenseth. But Matt will have that momentum off turn number 4. And look at the run he gets already. And now on the back bumper, that number 33 is Chase Elliott. Chris Buescher in the mix. Ty Dillon, Suarez. Elliott now moves to the inside of Dillon. And now Ty Dillon now on the inside of Chris Buescher. What lane will Suarez go? Who will he follow off turn number 2? And these 2 cars running side by side, Austin Dillon and Chase Elliott. That will allow the 20 to put a little bit of a gap on second place. And now Buescher, who's on the outside of the 88 of Elliott, he'll drive by and take the 3rd spot away. As these cars run side by side, here comes that 22 of Brad Keselowski. Eric Jones in the 11. Won his first career race in this series 1 year ago. Darrell Wallace and Brendan Gaughan, your top 10. James Buescher, Ryan Truex, Josh Berry, Brandon Jones, and Cole Custer. It's a big melee back here. Elliott Sadler in that 43 in the middle. Brendan Poole on the bottom. Ryan Sieg up top. Here's the 14 of J.J. Yaley. Running back in 22nd. Cole Witt. Blake Cook, Ross Chastain. And then you got Dylan Kwasniewski, Michael Self, Jeb Burton, David Starr, and Brandon Godovic. Tyler Young, Mason Mingus, Joey Gase, Ryan Ellis, Derek Cope, Benny Gordon, Mike Harmon, Harrison Rhodes, Cody Ware, and Derek White. That is how the top 40 looks right now, as Battlefield once again heating up. Dillon has a nice run on the 20, but he had to get out of the gas. You saw the difference. You saw all the time he lost. Now Chris Buescher will try to make that move on the inside, work down here in turn 3, but Dillon will shut the door on him on the entrance of turn number 3. But once these guys get single file, in single file, until Buescher now, he'll make it a battle down in turn number 1, but you're going to see that outside possibly work for Chase Elliott. No, he's going to stay behind Buescher. That may help him off turn number 2. Now you saw Austin Dillon did not get a run like we normally see from the other drivers. Now Buescher pretty much getting a push from that 88 of Chase Elliott. He's pretty much telling him to go. And then you got Keselowski behind Elliott. Ty Dillon behind his brother Austin. And Brad just pushing that 88 down into turn number 1. And Ty got out the gas. Here goes a 22 by on the inside. Now the 11 will get in picture. That's Eric Jones and Darrell Wallace and Suarez. This is a 9-car breakaway from 10th place James Buescher, who's got around Brendan Gaughan for that last spot inside the top 10. So now Chris Buescher in 2nd place. A win today would most likely put that defending champion aboard that number 60 into the chase. Can he get it done? He's the only Xfinity driver inside the top 5. Then it'd be Eric Jones and Ty Dillon, and Jones is already in. Buescher right now, second in points. He's had a great start to his third year in the series, and here he goes, the inside. Chris Buescher on the inside of Matt Kenseth. Can he get it done? Now Austin Dillon will be on the outside as Buescher drives it down into turn number 1. But Matt will get that momentum off turn number 2, but Buescher's hanging right with him. Austin Dillon now on the outside, entering turn number 3. This is where Matt's been so strong. But Buescher not giving up. Here comes Austin Dillon. Who will he help down the front straightaway? Here comes Chris Buescher. Austin will stay. It looks like he might go in the middle as Chris Buescher's still fighting on the inside of Kenseth. He got a little bit loose there. Off turn number 2. Dillon still behind that 60. Elliott and Keselowski side by side. Down in the turn number 3 they go. Buescher has not lit a lap yet tonight. Here comes Kenseth back on the outside. They're door to door as they come down to the line. Buescher will leave that lap at the line. So that'll be an extra point towards the championship before the number 60 of Chris Buescher, and he has the lead. The number 60 of Buescher to the lead, and we have about 11 to go now. Driving away from Matt Kenseth who falls back to second. Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, and now Chase Elliott drops to 5th. Here comes Jones on the outside. Darrell Wallace, Ty Dillon, and Suarez. And right up ahead of Chris Buescher, the first car who would go a lap down is the 40 of Derek White. And we have information for you. We just got word that the 15 of Cody Ware has took his car behind the wall. A mechanical problem on the number 15, driven by Cody Ware, making his first start of the year. Ware out of the race. We have 10 to go. Kenseth not letting that 60 pull away. Dillon right on the back bumper of the 20. Remember, if a caution comes out, that would end the race. We would go overtime, at least one attempt. And we will go a second attempt if necessary. Derek White, if he goes a lap down, he will not be racing. When we go overtime, he will finish wherever he's running one lap down. And here comes that 60 of Buescher to put him one lap down. Kenseth not letting him go, though. He's right there in that back bumper. One mistake by Chris, and that could give the 20 the lead right there. But that Buescher did a great job to get by Kenseth, and there they go, catching the 40 of Derek White, who's going to come right down on the nose of Buescher. Almost gives that 60 a good old block, but White will go one lap down in the 40. We've seen in the past that lap cars normally cause a caution, so we could see a caution. You never know. Next car to go lap down would be the 13 of Harrison Rhodes, making his first start of 2016. And now Austin Dillon on the inside of the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Joe Gibbs Racing, they're trying to go, trying to get their 5th win in a row. They won at Las Vegas with Denny Hamlin. They won at Phoenix with Kyle Busch. Eric Jones won at California, and last weekend it was Denny Hamlin who took that 20 car to victory lane. A win today by that 20 car or the 11, it would be a 5th straight win for Joe Gibbs Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 6 to go. This time by we have 38 cars on the lead lap, 39 on track. And Buescher, can he hang on? Kenseth and Dillon now, 2nd and 3rd. Chase Elliott on the inside of Brad Keselowski. And here comes Buescher, catching him the 13 down the straightaway. That will be good for Chris. He will not have to worry about passing the 13 in the corner. Same with the 20 and the 33, Matt Kenseth and Austin Dillon. So now Rhodes, one lap down. Next up, the 74 of Mike Harmon, who's a little bit further ahead than the 13. 5 to go this time by for Chris Buescher. Advocare came on board to sponsor that number 60 car this weekend, and now Austin Dillon makes the move to the inside. 2nd place battle on track now. Kenseth has it, Dillon wants it. And back here, Chase Elliott trying to hang on. Him and Eric Jones trying to hang on to a top 5 spot as Keselowski, I believe he got hung in behind that 13 of Harrison Rhodes. He's already outside the top 5. He's in 9th place right now. So the 22 is out of the battle for the win as he's in 9th place. right in front of James Busher. Brendan Gaughan, Ryan Truex, Josh Berry, Cole Custer, and Elliott Sadler. That is your top 15. Coming to 3 to go. Mike Harmon, Joey Gase, Derek Cope, Benny Gordon. Look at all these lap cars, or these slower cars that could make play into a big part on who wins this race. 3 to go, and it is a 3-man race. Can Chris Busher hang on? Are we on the yellow? And we are on the yellow, the 40 of Derek White. And he's going to get hit hard by the 97 of Dylan Kwasniewski. And this is what we were all hoping wouldn't happen, but it has now happened. And down here, the 40, Derek White, he's stuck in the middle of the track, but looks like he has finally teleported to pit road. But we are under yellow here at Texas. Chris Busher, your leader at the line, Matt Kenseth, Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, and your top, running out your top 5 would be Eric Jones. Now, we will be going overtime. Now, Dylan Kwasniewski involved in that wreck. He is out of the race now. I'm sure he'll retire. Same with Derek White. Harrison Rhodes, he is 1 lap down, and he will not be running in this 2-lap dash. And I'm not sure if Brandon Godovic went a lap down or not. The 55 of Godovic. I believe he spun. Godovic in the 55. May have already passed him, I don't know. But, Godovic's now taking his car behind the wall, so we're going to get everything sorted out. But we will have a 2-lap dash to the finish here at Texas. Chris Busher, can he hang on? Let's show you to the replay involving the 40 of Derek White. Remember, when the 40 went a lap down, we were talking about how these lap cars normally bring out a caution. And right here, it's going to happen with the 51 of Jeremy Clements. He went to the outside in the travel to complete the pass in the 40. I thought White may have came out, not quite, didn't know the 51 was there. And the 40 is going to get turned into the outside wall, but he slides down the track, and Dylan Kwasniewski right into the 40 of Derek White. A lot of damage on both cars, and Brandon Godovic also got involved in that number 55. Brandon Godovic made his debut in the NASCAR Xfinity Series 1 year ago, and he's going to take that car behind the wall. Here is your running order right now. Chris Busher, Matt Kenseth, Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace, Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, and James Busher, your top 10. That will be your running order when we go back green, when we come back to Texas. Okay, we are going green this time for a 2-lap shootout. Chris Busher and Matt Kenseth here front row as we have a car off pace. That is Benny Gordon. Trouble for the number 66 of Benny Gordon. It was running around the 32nd spot. But up front, it is Busher and Kenseth. Before we go green, we want to tell you that next weekend we'll be at the Bristol Motor Speedway for another short track race, and then after that will be Richmond and Talladega. Also, the series will be having a Xfinity All-Star race at the Iowa Speedway. So be looking out for a fan vote video to vote your favorite Xfinity driver into the All-Star race. We'll talk about that more later on in the next upcoming weeks. But here we go. Who will it be? Can Chris Busher hang on? Matt Kenseth, he's been very good on the outside lane. Austin Dillon and Chase Elliott on row number 2. Here we go down the line. We're underway. A 2-lap dash to the finish. We're underway. And a pretty good jump by the number 60 of Chris Busher down into turn number 1. Here comes Kenseth on the outside lane. Busher almost has Matt cleared off turn number 2. But here comes Austin Dillon on the inside. Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon all lined up on the inside lane down into turn number 3 to go. Dillon getting pushed by Jones. Busher has a nice run. We stay green off turn number 4. Austin Dillon gets loose. The white flag is out. This race will be official this time by 1 lap to go at Texas. Chris Busher. He almost had Dillon clear, but kind of overdrove it a little bit. Here comes Kenseth on the outside lane. Matt Kenseth now on the outside of Austin Dillon. Busher down into turn number 3. One more set of corners to go. He has the momentum, he has the power, and he's going to have that checker flag in his hand. Chris Busher wins today at Texas. Chris Busher will go to victory lane here at the Texas Motor Speedway. His 4th career NASCAR Xfinity Series win here today. And he does it in style. He holds off the Cup drivers, Matt Kenseth and Austin Dillon. Here, Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott, the Cup drivers in the field. Busher bit them all. And Busher will be going to victory lane, the 2nd driver in the Xfinity Series to most likely, who have already clinched a spot in the chase. Eric Jones won at Fontana and pretty much punched his ticket into the first ever Xfinity chase. And it looks like Chris Busher may have done the same here today. And I thought Austin Dillon may have had him on that restart. He went to the inside off turn 2, but he just could not make the inside lane stick down there in turn number 3. Busher had a head of steam on the outside lane, held him off one more lap, and Chris Busher has won the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 here at Texas. On your screen, you will see the results in your point standings after race number 7 of the year. Tomorrow night will be the Duck Commander 400, the NASCAR Spring Up Series, and we will also be having overtime if needed for the Cup Series. Next weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Spring Up Series will be live from the Bristol Motor Speedway, so that'll be some fun action down there. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed that race ending under green. I know you guys haven't really been able to see one that much this year. Apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed that finish. It was a great finish for Chris Busher as he has now won his first race of 2016. I'm Eric Burton here in the booth. Thanks for joining with us, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Duck Commander 400 here at Texas.